What's going on, everybody? It's Edwin back again for Strictly Comics. And what do you know? 2 weeks in a row. That's right. Give me a round of applause, hand clap, something. I'm just playing. All right. So, as you can see from the title of this video, this is actually part one of my largest CBCS submission ever. These books that I'm actually about to show you guys are not my books. They need to get into the possession of the owner, which is why I'm doing the video of these first. We're going to go through every single one of his books so I can exploit them on YouTube, and then I'll give him his books later. So, but no. But first, real quick, please make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. I always appreciate it. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, and I hope to bring you guys a lot of good content, a lot of cool comic book stuff. I'm also seriously considering bringing back the affordable auctions, and I'm actually going to be ramping up pretty soon, getting ready for the charity auction later this year, so you guys are definitely going to want to stay tuned for that. Up first is Superman Year One. This is from the DC Black Label. The reason why I'm showing this is because it is from New Comic Book Day, and this is the only book that I picked up this week. Actually, I wasn't going to pick up anything this week because there wasn't really anything that I had any interest in, but I was like, man, I drove all the way to my LCS. I can't not drive all the way here and not leave without picking up something, so I saw this, and I thought I would grab it. I'm not a fan of John Romita's artwork. Frank Miller, in my opinion, is past his prime as far as the artwork is concerned. But I grabbed it anyways, and looking through it, the artwork was really, really good. But at the same time, I feel like if you give John Romita plenty of time, he will make his artwork looking good. And as is with this case, Superman, these black labels come out like once every 3 months. So if you can't put out good quality artwork in a 3-month time frame, you don't need to be in comics. So anyways, that's all that I picked up was just this from New Comic Book Day. First, I'm going to show this book right here. And again, like I said, these books are not mine, and there's not really any particular order here either. All of these books are from Dallas Fan Expo back in May, and from Comic Palooza a week later, like mid-May. And to my surprise, man, this is, like I said, the largest submission. I submitted 51 books to CBCS, and they all came back in 10 days or less. Can you believe it? Yeah. CGC or CBCS ain't playing right now. So I was totally thrown off when they sent these books as quickly as they did, but I'm glad to have them. All right. So this book, Venom #1, this is the continuation, I guess, of the whole legacy thing. It says it's the first appearance of Rex Strickland. And this, of course, is the beginning of the Ryan Stegman, Donny Cates run. And it was actually sketched by not only Stegman, but it was also sketched by Donny Cates, who's a writer. He put in a little sketch. And I was pretty sure that this was going to come back as a 9.8. And not to my surprise, it came back as a CBCS 9.8. So really cool book to have. It is a first appearance, which I didn't even know. So we got that. Next, we got Titans 27. I don't think that this is really like any kind of key or anything. But Brent Peebles was actually at both cons. And he signed this book. Like I said, nothing special, just some kind of like holofoil type of cover. And, usually these holofoils, you expect 9, 9s, 10s. Not the case with this one, but it did come back as a 9.8. So, 2 for 2. 2 for 2. All right, next book is Titans number 26. Again, I don't think there's really anything significant with this book. It's just the owner, he's just a fan of these guys, and you got to get him to sign something, right? I guess this is some kind of Virgin variant, Titans number 26, and was expecting a 9.8 at least. And what do you know? We got a 9.8. So we are 3 for 3, people. 3 for 3. CBCS 9.8. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. The next book is Supergirl #1. Now this is really cool because this is actually a sketch done by Jay Lee at Comic Palooza last month. And you know, like, I'm a fan of Jay Lee's artwork, but like his published stuff, like this, I mean, I don't know. I'm not crazy about this sketch, but you know, hey, it's not mine. So if the owner loves it, then you know, kudos to him. Anyways, I sent this off for him, and I was expecting like a, you know, at least a 9.8, you know, maybe 9.9, because it is one of the thicker stock blank variant covers, and came back. Oh, CGC. See, I'm sorry. See, I keep saying CGC. I always get them like both mixed up, probably because they both start with a C. CBCS 9.8, Supergirl #1, sketch by Jay freaking Lee. How cool is that? Really, really cool. All right, let's keep it going, people. Let's keep it going. Next book is now this was all right. So like this is Shadowhunter #0. I guess this is a Jenna Jameson comic book. I guess she was getting back into comics back in the day or whatever. And Greg Horn threw her on the cover. And Janet Jameson was actually at Frightmare the same day, actually the same weekend as Fan Expo Dallas. Frightmare is literally like right next door. So we went over there and we got Janet Jameson, the famous at one time porn star back in like the beginning of the 2000s. So she signed this. Greg Horn, who did the cover, signed this. We sent this off. He was hoping for at least a 9.6. Boom! Came back as a 9.8. He was actually really surprised about this, but I told him, I was like, man, you don't need to worry, because I pressed everything for him before we sent it out. And this had like some kind of little nick, and I got it out pretty easily. And what do you know? Came back as a 9.8, you guys. So that's pretty cool. Signed by Jenna Jameson. So I know a lot of guys probably out there love that, but whatever. All right, next book is it's Green Lantern, New Guardians #1. This is signed by Tyler Kirkham. He did the cover, and it looks like he did the interiors as well. Really, really cool cover in my opinion. And we sent this off. We were hoping to get a 9.8, and it came back as a 9.8. So now we are, what are we, 6 for 6 on the 9.8, you guys. 6 for 6 white pages. All right, let's see if we can keep it going, huh? Next book right here is Green Lantern #10. Now, I know some of you guys might be like, dude, show us the keys. Where are the keys at? Blah, blah, blah. Guys, collecting is not always about keys. It's just always about what you love to collect. Collect what you love, which is what Jesse always says. I agree. You wouldn't want to see my comic book collection, because in my PC, I have a lot of 90s stuff. A lot of people call it 90s trash. I grew up in the 90s, so I have a lot of 90s stuff. But, you know, when you collect what you like, everything doesn't have to be keys. And these guys obviously are big fans of just these artists, getting these artists and these creators to be able to sign their stuff. You know, it just it creates memories, and you know, it lasts a long time with these guys, because there's more sentimental and personal value here, rather than, you know, just getting a bunch of keys signed. So this, as you can see, was actually signed by Doug. How am I saying his name right? Mankey, and he was at Fan Expo Dallas. And we sent it out. We were hoping for a 9.8. And boom! Came back as another 9.8. So we are 7 for 7, you guys. We are on a freaking roll. 7 for 7, all right? Can we keep it going? Can we keep it going? Let's see. Real quick, make sure you go over to Instagram. Follow me on my Instagram. I post a lot of my CBCS and CGC slabs my recent submissions up on there first before I do them in a YouTube video, just because it's just a lot easier to do it that way. But you definitely want to go check me out over there. I post a lot of really cool stuff. But so right here we got Dark Knights Rising, the Wild Hunt #1, and you know, it's got the thicker stock, you know, holo foil type or foil type cover. I'm not sure. I don't think this is the first appearance of a character, but it is signed also by Doug Mankey. And I was thinking at least like a 9.9 or a 10. That's typically what you should get with these thicker stock cards. But we sent it in and it came back as a 9.8. So, you know, it's all good. You know, no big deal. You know, but we are 8 for 8. All right, we're 8 for 8 with the 9.8s, people. How you love that? All right, next book is going to be The Amazing Spider-Man issue #9. The Amazing Spider-Man issue #9. This is a Clayton Crane variant. Who doesn't love Clayton Crane artwork? That is some killer artwork right there. All right, we got it signed by Humberto Ramos right here, and then Clayton Crane signed it up at the top. I love Clayton Crane's signatures, man. He is just not about getting you out the way and just getting it over with. He takes his time. He'll look at a cover and he'll, at least with my experience, he picks a color that he wants to sign his book in, and it's almost a different color with each book. So this was really cool. We sent this in. We were hoping for a 9.8, and it came back. Oh, an 8.5. WTF, CBCS. WTF. Golly. I looked at the grader's notes and I had something along the lines of like a long crease on cover. Doesn't break color. I looked, you guys, I could not find any long crease on the cover or the back cover. What I will probably end up doing is pressing it and resubmitting it, because there's no reason this thing shouldn't come back at least a 9.6 to a 9.8. So this was pretty puzzling. Like, I couldn't figure it out. He couldn't figure it out. So it is what it is, and we just kind of got to deal with it and roll with the punches, huh? So this one will probably get pressed and resubmitted, but came back as an 8.5. Kind of crappy. Kind of broke our streak there. So, but what are you gonna do, right? Next is Justice League No Justice, issue #1. This is actually a sketch done by Brent Peebles. Really cool sketch. Looks like Starfire. Really cool sketch. Love it. We sent it in hoping for a 9.8, and oh dang, so we are like 8 for 10 right now. 8 for 10. Came back as a 9.6, white pages. But you know, I think what it was is just this little nick right here, which, you know, there's not really going to be much that you can do about that. And even me, I'm not sure if I could have pressed that out, but I don't think I did press this one out. These thicker stock cards are really hard to press, and you don't want to get your press too hot, because one, you don't want the pages to stick together. I've even had pages stick together when I've had a piece of paper in between each page. So, and then also the staples will get hot and they'll actually leave marks on every page. So you really have to watch sometimes when you press on these thicker stocks. You got to watch your temperature and whatnot. But, you know, 9.6, it's got original artwork, so it is what it is. Really cool piece, though, still to have, in my opinion. All right, we'll keep it going. We got Justice League #1. Now, this is artwork done by Tyler Kirkham. Man, this guy is kind of pricey, and I guess he deserves it. You know, he's Tyler Kirkham, but really nice Wonder Woman piece done right here. He did a solid job, in my opinion. and we sent it off. Let me go ahead and give you guys a close up, just because it's pretty solid artwork. I mean, you get somebody like Jim Lee or Todd McFarlane, they you know, and I get it. The Tyler Kirkman's being paid, but I mean, I couldn't see Jim Lee or Todd McFarlane putting in this kind of effort on a quick sketch for like a fan, you know, because then everybody would want one and they'd be there forever. But but I would pay Jim Lee or Todd McFarlane to do a sketch. But anyways, they paid him to do this, and I think he did this like the next day. Like they came back the next day and he did this. We were hoping for a 9.8 when we submitted it, and it came back a CBCS. Oh, 9.6. So we are just getting hit. All right, so we're now 8 for 11 on the 9.8s. But if you can't get a 9.8, then I guess the next best thing is what? A 9.6. So we got that. Next is Inhumans #1. This is signed by Jay Lee at God. When did he sign this? At Comic Palooza. Kind of a popular cover. One of the things I actually appreciated about CBCS was it was bagged with this certificate, the COA from Dynamic Forces, and they submitted it, returned to customer. So, you know, it's just kind of cool to have. You know, you have this. This just represents basically that it's like a type of variant. And to get this with the signature, good stuff. We sent it in, hoping for a CBCS 9.8, and boom, baby. So now we're 8 for 12, right? 8 for 12 for the CBCS 9.8s. Can we keep it going here? Let me see here. Nice Jay Lee signature right there too, by the way. Really nice. All right. Now we got Green Lantern #1. This is, I guess, it says Sinestro resumes duties as Green Lantern with Hal Jordan's ring. What? We got this signed by Doug Mankey, and the owner asked Doug Mankey if he could draw like a tear on Sinestro, and he did, and he did. So in the notes it says Doug Mankey with sketch. So a teardrop, I guess, is a sketch. But it's Green Lantern #1. We sent it in, hoping for a 9.8, and what do we got? Oh, 9.6. Dagger in the heart. Dang it, man. So now we are, what are we? 9 for 13 on the 9.6s or the 9.8. So something like that. I don't lost count already. But anyways, we got this right here. Look at that teardrop, huh? Where are they at? Look at the teardrop. So I guess he's crying because he's about to punish somebody, and he's got to do it with Hal Jordan's ring. Don't cry, Sinestro. Don't cry. All right. All right, Venom #12. I don't think that this is really anything key. It's just a really cool cover. It was signed by Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman, right? And we sent this in hoping for a 9.8, and it came back. Oh, 9.8. So I think we're now like, what, 10 for 14 on the 9.8s. So we got that. So, I mean, really, really nice grading here. I mean, I know that not like everything can be perfect. But, you know, it's a 9.8 signed by Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman. So really, really nice cover, by the way. And it's a variant. So good stuff. Good stuff, people. All right, on to the last book. This is the last book, you guys. This is Savage Wolverine #6. It's a blank variant with a sketch, a beautiful sketch with color by Anna Zua, if I'm saying her name correctly. A beautiful, beautiful Rogue cover. It kind of has that anime feel to it, and the artist signed it underneath Rogue's arm there. But we sent this in hoping for a 9.8, and as you guys can see, the sketches so far have been getting 9.6s. So what did this one get? Oh, it got a 9.8. How do you love that? That is cool. So I think we're like, I don't know, 11 for 15 and a 9.8. So not a bad submission, right? Of course, you went all 9.8s, but not a bad submission. So really beautiful artwork here. Good stuff. Really, really good stuff. So some of you guys might be asking me, hey, man, why did you go through CBCS instead of CGC? The reason why is because it's just I'm able to witness for CBCS, and it's just really easy and convenient for me. Plus, you don't always know what you're going to press and clean. And if I'm getting stuff signed and I want CGC, but I haven't pressed or cleaned it, I can't. I mean, I just have to go through CBCS because I need to have that time to clean and press a book before I submit it. And yeah, you can press and clean when artwork and and signatures are on a book, as long as it's not like real ink. Like if it's a Sharpie or pen or something, it's fine. But so that's pretty much the reason why we went through CBCS with this large submission. So I would like I said, I'm for either company. It doesn't matter to me, but just the convenience and the time factor to get all these books cleaned and pressed is it's there for me with CBCS. So plus I'm not really conditioned to think that CGC is worth more than a CBCS. A lot of people are, but I'm not. I'm going to demand the same price for a CBCS book as a CGC as long as the same grade. So yeah. But that's it. Make sure you guys check us out every Thursday over at JLS Comics YouTube channel. Where myself, Boston Chris, Justin JLS Comics, Justin XL State Comics, and Jesse from JLS Comics are over on Thursday. Comic conversation, just talking a bunch of gibberish and nonsense. So that's it, everybody. Please make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Keep God first in your life and enjoy your comic books. And until next week, we'll do part 2 of my largest CBCS submission ever. Peace out, everybody.